But it's just, I just love the realism of it, because you can collect all kinds of vegetables. I got corn, potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in stew. You can actually make stew, so I essentially think we're in Lord of the Rings now, actually. Hang on a second. Yo, what's going on, guys? Riot here, playing Ark Survival Evolved today, checking out some Survival Plus stuff, which is just basically the most realistic stuff in Ark by far, which makes it so very special. Not to mention, it's like one of the Ark sponsored mods, which means it's constantly pumping out crazy new stuff. One of you guys, or some of you guys might have seen one of you might have seen it on my Ark virtual reality or augmented reality video I did a couple days ago, where the Dragonpunk team is working on creating basically a Pokemon Go game, but of Ark. So you'd be out in the park doing your own thing, and then you just spot a giant-ass T-Rex walking above you. I'm not really sure how any taming or anything would go down, because they still need to get Ark's official approval before they move forward with the project, but right now it looks pretty damn insane, because it's like has a Stego and a Rex, and it's pretty crazy. When I was doing that, we saw that one photo of the dodo trap, like the new dodo trap that's coming to Survival Plus. I think it's in testing right now, where it's just essentially a fishing rod, a little stick leaned over with an unconscious dodo dangling from a string. I'm assuming, because like a lot of this, like my favorite thing about the Survival Plus is that all the traps. That's the main thing about today's video, is the traps, although there's some other stuff I want to look at first. Now, just you guys gotta know, this is like my third time recording this video. I'm starting to lose my goddamn mind over this video right here. There's something happened with my recording software last night, and since then there's been 3 failed attempts at recording this video. I'm now so hungry that my hands are shaking, but I refuse to go get food without recording this goddamn video. I'm not letting this video defeat me. It's become a personal conquest at this point. Alright, so just before moving into this stuff, because a lot of you guys who have Ark, I know a lot of people who watch my videos don't have Ark, because Ark's like a huge pain in the ass to run, you know what I'm saying? But for those of you who do have Ark, I just want to let you guys know that when Aberration comes out, one, we have a huge surprise for you when Aberration comes out, just along the lines of some of your favorite YouTubers all collabing together in the same world. It's going to be so much fun. But then also, we're going to have an Aberration PvP server set up, where there's going to be barely any mods whatsoever. Probably just a few along the lines of like building mods or, you know, stuff like that, but it's not, everything's gonna be basic. It's not like you're gonna hit a tree and gather like hundreds of wood. We want it to be as like vanilla as possible of a PvP server, and we will have our own tribe on there, and we will be one of the alpha tribes. We're gonna try and just, I don't know, we'll base our rating streams and videos out off who's the most alpha, because we want to keep it, we don't want one person to get just master control over the islands. Like one team will have to rage your balls off, and if things do get too crazy, we do reserve the right to use WMDs, weapons of mass destruction. We'll cook you. Alright, enough talking. I feel like I'm still conscious. I've got this thing right here. Okay, so here's my little setup of the Survival Plus items and stuff. Now, some of this stuff you guys may recognize, like this right here, this meat. These curing racks were probably one of like the first 5 items added to Survival Plus. This is well before it was an official Ark sponsored mod. This is the kind of stuff that made it stick out so much. The realism, the fact that you actually would have to do this kind of stuff. You skip a lot of steps. You check it out, Wolf Rick. But you skip a lot of steps in Ark. It bothers the crap out of me. Even like here, like cooked trike meat, it labels each meat based off the creature you get. Which I didn't even realize should have been a thing until I saw that a little bit ago, because it's like, I don't know, man, there's a huge difference between a cow and a pig. You label the meat differently if it's based off the cow's chest or the cow's ass. Like, it's all called different kinds of stuff. So, the fact that we just can slaughter any kind of animal on this creature, regardless of what it is, and it's all just considered meat, I mean, I guess from a primitive standpoint it makes sense, but dude, we got like rocket shit, we're like tech, we got tech lasers on frickin' T-Rexes and stuff. I mean, we're past the point of just throwing it all in a pile. Sorry, my opinion might spill out a good amount in this video, because I just think this is like the shit right here. Make sure to leave a like, by the way. Oh my god, that was the whole point of the video. Was because, I'm forgetting to say it now, because it's my 3rd time around. Alright, this right here, I just wanted to show off how like it resets your insulation, like it increases your insulation stats once you are in the tents. Little things like this should have been in Ark all along, man. Standard little hide thrown over some sticks, it's perfect. But yeah, the point of mentioning the Aberration world and everything was I was considering, because I do want another survival series I could work on at least occasionally. But it has to be different, man. I've tamed like over 2,000 creatures in survival series so far. I need a little change in my life. Obviously, Aberration will be a huge change. But if we're doing just a regular Ark survival series, this is the change I'd be looking for right here. Now that I know this mod's still updating like crazy. So leave a like and comment down below if you want to see more of this. This is part of what really drew me in these freaking huts and everything, because I don't know, by freaking like level 12 or whatever in Ark, you're essentially a professional crafter. Like a carpenter, you can throw together any kind of shelf, platform, build a house like that, and it's a nicely built, perfectly structured house. We completely skipped the part of our existence where we just kind of slapped mud on a wooden foundation, just kind of primitive technology status. This kind of stuff is what I mean, I feel like it becomes an entirely different game. Because come on. Once you advance in everything in life, you move your way up to these fine apartment buildings, which you just craft with resources. These aren't new in the slightest. This has been around forever. I'm just filling in a lot of gaps of information because a lot of people don't even have Ark and just like to learn about this stuff. But yes, this is you down the line. This is where you end up in here. This is like, it's a perfect little chain of events. You start out with this baller little tent. Tent is quite baller. You move your way on over to these mud huts, which some may consider silly, placing it partially in the mountains so you don't actually have that much movement in here and everything. But I call you silly, sir, because they've essentially become hobbit houses, which I find phantasmagorical. And it's cool too. Look, it's just wood stacked, and again, it's not perfect lines of wood. We don't have goddamn buzzsaws in Ark, all right? We're not cutting perfect slabs of wood. You would have little holes in it and everything. If anything, this is like still very well done. A professional did it. This is where I'd always imagined I'd freeze to death and die. Every one of these damn structures in like the world requires bent wood. How do you bend wood without snapping it? Do you just have to be lucky as hell and find that? Honestly, it drives me crazy. Bent pieces of wood would be my downfall in a survival situation. So then, of course, oh man, if someone could just make hobbit homes, just like basically something you put down like this, just a little door, a little double door entry, or a little, you know what I mean, not a double door, but like one of those circular little hobbit doors with just a giant little, I want to say one of those dog igloo cages, but it just could go into the map and you could just go into your little hobbit hole. I would just live in my hobbit hole forever. And then this, the freaking dodo pen. What do you call it? A dodo coop? Of course it's called a coop. I was gonna build a little fence around this whole thing, but then I just didn't want to put too much effort into something that's pretty much just staged to show off how epic some stuff is. I look scary white right now. I could do like Barry White parodies. Scary white. Nope, that would come off as racist. Damn it, 2017 striking out on my ideas. The dodo coop would just be perfect if you had a little fence all around though, because essentially it protects them from predators, and it collects, hang on, what do you collect? It collects their poop and eggs in here. I know what you're thinking. What am I gonna do with a bunch of dodo eggs besides a bunch of stuff? Well, the most important thing is hard-boiled eggs, man. It's just so much more realistic. You can't just go around picking up random dinosaur eggs off the ground like in this game and eating them. You would get the most horrible case of salmonella on the planet. Your ass would be grass. You can't even do that with regular chicken eggs, man. A T-Rex egg. Alright, this is the first time in my life I think I've done a video 3 times in a frickin' row right here. Usually there's survival series videos, so you can't do them 3 times in a row. You just have to slash the recording. But here, I'm just showing off awesome stuff, seeing if you guys want me to explore more through survival series aspect. Here's my hay pile, and here is my pile of rocks. It's very important. Without a pile of rocks, I'm nothing. I think in my last video, I was all about the stews. Last video was all about the stews. You guys probably, you lucked out with me not posting that one, because I went on about these stews for like 5 goddamn minutes. But it is pretty crazy after this. I'm not gonna do it again, but it's just, I just love the realism of it, because you can collect all kinds of vegetables. I got corn, potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in stew. You could actually make stew, so I essentially think we're in Lord of the Rings now. Actually, hang on a second. Got me some lettuce head, right down to stuff like this, where you basically collect fresh firewood. This is the wood you gather, but you can't just throw fresh firewood on a wood. It's got too much, on a fire. It's got too much moisture in it. It won't burn properly. What you want to do is dry it out till it's dried firewood. Throw that shit on fire. It'll spark up. Give me some goulash soup, which does heal you a good amount more than a regular old, hang on, cooked trike meat. I wonder if actually different kinds of meat fill you up differently. See that little meat, we're at 46 right now, this meat is doing nothing. 51, that's peasantry stuff right there. Eat some goulash, yeah, there we go. Goulash boosts your ass like 40 foods, man. Crazy how much this guy eats. Easy throws down like 3 or 4 goulashes right in a single sitting. Absolutely crazy. Dude is a madman. Hang on, do we have enough? Hang on, we don't have any, what do you call it? Dried wood in there. You need a little fire maker too. You can't just magically throw wood on a pile and it just gets lit. It's not how it works. Wait, what was I doing? I think I had intentions. I don't know, man. I love messing around with this stuff right here. It feels like I'm legit surviving in the outdoors and there's dinosaurs all around me and stuff. I feel like at this rate of primitive technology, it would take a while before we advanced to tech weaponry and stuff like that. I feel like that's just a bit of a far shot, you know what I mean? We're not even there in our own life yet. Hang on, throw some dodos in there, dodo eggs. There's some hard-boiled eggs up in here. Hang on, come on. Don't be a bastard. Where's the inventory limit on this thing? Fire maker, potatoes, wood ash, wood ass, more like it. Well, we gotta have salt in there, obviously. It's the most important ingredient. You can't hard-boiled eggs without salt. That's disgusting. Is there something going on here? Because I know for a fact you have inventory space. What is going on here? Is my egg not acceptable to you, you racist bastards? See, hind bandages, a lot of the stuff, like bandages, have been in this mod forever. I have messed with this mod a lot. I understand there's a lot of stuff we're looking at has been in here for a while, but again, a lot of people haven't seen it, and I didn't know the dodo coop was here, or these mud houses. That's how long it's been since I played it. Look, you can climb perfectly up on it, and it's got proper ventilation. It's just absolutely perfect in every way, shape, and form. Alright, on to what I'm most excited for in Survival Plus, though, because this is where things get slinky. And unfortunately, I couldn't properly use them because a lot of the items don't, or a lot of the spawn codes don't work here. There's like 3,600 items or something like that. It's absolutely crazy. But what I'm playing right here, I'm not playing the actual mod, I'm playing the beta mod, whatever, where they put stuff that's being worked on but isn't complete yet for people to mess around with. So the beta actually isn't working here. We actually can't really get any of it through the engrams. See, there's legit like 3,600 items that should be listed on here, but I imagine it would be absolutely crazy. No, I don't think they'd all be listed on here. They'd be in their own respected workbenches and everything. But for some reason, you can't access any of the items in the Survival Plus mod naturally in the beta version. Well, it's not for some reason. It's very obvious. It's because this version is for testing the items and everything. Wow, I am blabbering a bit, but in all fairness, I think I'm dying right now. I definitely have some hypoglycemia going on. I have a Chinese food on the way, though. Alright, so it's the traps. The traps is what I'm in love with. Remember to show the photo of the dodo trap right here, Johnny. This is how you remind yourself when you have the memory span of a rodent. Alright, but here's the fish trap, the one that we can currently mess around with. The fish trap's been in here for a while. I love how this is in Conan as well. This kind of stuff should have been here forever, man. I feel like, to an extent, I'm going to start getting these mods mixed up because Ark's going to start implementing this stuff fully because it's too realistic. The fact that we got a fishing rod before this is just downright silly. A man could catch fish for himself with a fishing rod, but with this you catch fish for the entire village, man. And you do need to put bait in here. Again, the bait spawn code isn't working and I can't really gather it naturally because I can't craft it because I don't know the crafting recipe because I can't unlock it. Oh, Jesus. But as you can see, it still kind of lures fish to it, because even without the bait, they know they're supposed to go to it. And then once they get to it, obviously, I assume they're trapped. See how it says 0 out of 4? I assume the fish just stack up in here. Either way, by far one of the most magnificent things ever, just because it adds so much realism. Look, I even put some down here, because this is how I win this. Obviously, they would need to be aimed more center. And obviously, coals don't actually swim downstream in this, and salmon don't actually swim with the currents and everything. It's just not... It's not the world we're living in right here. But it would be amazing, so I laid it out that way anyways. It's kind of stupid now. I should have reorganized them. Alright, over here somewhere. Where did I place it down? The other trap I want to look at. I'm freaking so excited to mess around with that dodo trap, the one I was showing you the photo of. I just have to join like their survival series server and mess around and eventually level up to get it, which obviously wouldn't require that much work. But I had to make sure you guys wanted to see it first, you know what I'm saying? That's hence the point of this video. So we have trap number 2 right here, the deadfall trap. Literally one of the first things I would construct if I was in this situation right here, this like survival situation, this is what I would construct right here. I mean, the fact that we skip right to just like building spears and killing animals kind of bothers me now, because we didn't need, this is... Between this and the little fish traps, you'd be gathering so much food just naturally. You just go on down to your traps every day after maintaining your tribe and village. And that right there I consider amazing. Place the bait right in there, and I'm assuming the creatures line up here. Again, I wouldn't be able to know what's going on fully until I do it in a survival series standpoint, which I would be very down for, because hells yeah. Alright, so there you guys have it. There's just some awesome shiz right out of the primitive mod. Keep in mind there is so many, I mean Survival Plus mod, I keep getting the words mixed up because I'm starving to death right now. But But yeah, so sorry for a lot of talking and random crap. I'm very off right now. Plus the new COD freaking what is it, beta or demo, what is it, no, testing for the multiplayer. I can't remember the words now because I'm jargoning, but I might be streaming some crazy shit today or tomorrow. Just a lot of exciting stuff going on right now. So yeah, make sure to let yourself be heard down in the comment section below if you guys want to see more Survival Plus, because it is like an entirely new game. It's like the mod that makes Ark a whole new adventure. So yeah, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful people next time. Peace!
It's time to get swifty in here.